Myths are often started with grains of truth. They are grand ideas of best practices, legends that inspire great emotion from the memories and the implications of what they could mean. Oftentimes, these are from outdated information or information that was repeated often enough, loud enough, by enough people to become assumed as true. These falsehoods are oftentimes perpetuated within a community or profession, and then they hold everyone back. But the best disinfectant is sunlight. So let's shine a light on some common misconceptions and debunk some myths when it comes to SEO. Hi, I'm Mike Phillips. In this video, we're going to debunk some commonly held SEO myths. We're not just going to tell you they're wrong, we're going to explore why they're wrong and give you the correct information that you should replace them with. Let's get started. Debunking myths is important because there's nothing more dangerous in business than operating on bad information. It's expensive and it wastes a lot of time. At the worst, it can damage a business's reputation or your career. Underinvesting in the right things, overinvesting in the wrong things, all of these hold critical implications for the SEO specialist. Rather than experiencing damage to your authority or your credibility or allowing the field of SEO to become discredited, let's instead focus on debunking some myths and giving you solid information. Let's debunk 3 common myths together and instead arm you with the right information. The first myth, and probably the most widely held, is that SEO is a one-time job. This illusion is based on the assumption that SEO is complex and technical, which is true. But the myth continues, and people believe that once you achieve that technical and complex outcome, that it is set and time to forget. The truth could not be further from this myth. SEO is not a one-time job. It is a continuous process about investing in knowledge and editing and correcting and implementing new practices. You will need to monitor, analyze, test, and iterate as you go along. It is imperative to stay on top of what is and isn't working in your digital marketing strategy. And this has the added perk of being a very effective way of staying ahead of your competition. I would like you to become a leader that champions investing in understanding the constant change of SEO. Algorithms are always evolving and updating because they are learning from people. As people change the way they consume digital content, the algorithms need to adjust. Similarly, as the algorithms change, what worked today will not work tomorrow. Even if you take up a contract with a client that has a finite deliverable, you must explain to the client that SEO is never truly done. You can achieve a certain outcome within a certain period of time for a fixed fee. But that completion does not mean that the world stays put or that the algorithms won't continue to evolve. Between shifting consumer behavior and changing algorithms, SEO is never truly done. The second myth I want to address is with mobile optimization. Some people still believe that mobile optimization is not that important. The truth could not be further from this myth. Mobile-first content consumption is the new gold standard. It is the primary way people interact with the web, with your content, and the machine learning algorithms out there know this. For example, according to Pew Research, 81% of Americans own a smartphone and use it to access the web. And that was in 2019. This trend is only going to continue, and it continues across all geographies of the world. We are heading towards a mobile immersive future. The SEO specialists who do not plan for this outcome will be underserving their employers or their clients. Mobile first should be your new mantra. Optimize first for mobile and then for desktop. The best practice a while ago was to optimize for desktop first and then add responsive design. Nowadays, it is best to begin with mobile consumption as your first priority. The myth of mobile optimization was grounded in the fact that we did in fact begin as a desktop-first digital society. We have evolved, and the algorithms have evolved, and so the SEO's work must evolve too. If you do not optimize your content for mobile-first consumption, your content simply does not exist when a mobile user searches for it. This is not optional. This myth is quite damaging. Please remember to begin your SEO work with a mindset for mobile, and then also consider desktop. The third tip is one that perhaps any expert might succumb to. There is only one way to do SEO. That phrasing and that myth is absolutely false. As with any advanced creative technical skill, there are many roads to the destination of increased organic traffic. Nowadays, things are far more nuanced. The reality is that there are many ways to have success with SEO. It's become far more of a creative field than it once was. Originally closer to web development and coding in nature, SEO is much more now like content marketing. It's about understanding your consumers, writing to the humans behind the search, and understanding that the technical aspects of SEO are there to complement the creative ones. You may choose to focus on user experience and content presentation, and that works. You may choose to focus on structuring of content, headings and subheadings, and that works. There are many things today that are effective tactics, and you can create your own priority order and your own steps through the process to achieve your outcome. This is what will set apart the average SEO specialist from the elite one. Understanding that you need to adapt your tactic, that you need to understand the theory, not just the process. Avoid limiting your options when it comes to implementing SEO. Play the field, and you'll have the most success. Clinging to outdated information and subscribing to myths rather than facts is a very risky proposition for the SEO specialist. The pitfalls of operating on myths are not just that you fail to optimize your site, but you could wind up with a demoted performance from where you began. The biggest pitfall people encounter with SEO is assuming it's a rote, linear, technical process alone. It has certainly evolved. Now the profession is as much creative as it is technical. You need to use right brain and left brain together. Avoiding the pitfall of subscribing only to a linear path, to old advice, will allow you to distinguish yourself as an elite SEO specialist, to be more competitive for work as an independent or for raises as an employee. Your homework for this course is twofold. It involves developing the right mindset and having a focus on growth. You should have the right mindset to develop a healthy skepticism. This is important because it does not mean you will reject good advice, but you will question it sufficiently to learn it deeply and be able to catch when myths are presented. The second factor, having a growth focus, is what will keep you up to date. Simply focusing on developing a single set of skills or a single way of doing SEO will not keep you competitive or up to date. Congratulations, you've reached the end of this video. We've been able to debunk 3 common myths when it comes to SEO and given you some tools to have the right mindset for growing and debunking other myths that may come your way. You now know that SEO is not a one-time job, that mobile optimization is important, and that there is no one way to do SEO. Thank you so much for learning with me. I'm Mike Phillips. Please remember to keep the right mindset and avoid succumbing to SEO myths.